All right, and welcome back to the Red Bull Battlegrounds. We are playing the last chance qualifiers, and of course, anybody who is not already in the Battlegrounds tomorrow can enter, and that includes Tokido, the murder face, all the way out here from Japan, and he is going to be going up against DM NothingMan. Tokido, of course, started the year off as one of the top Ryu players. In fact, one of the top Street Fighter V players, finishing second place repeatedly to Infiltration until he was able to defeat him at CEO. And going into EVO, it felt like it was really a two-man race, that it was Infiltration and Tokido. Since then, a lot of people have stuck their head into that race, have caught up. But Tokido remains one of the strongest players, has been doing very, very well, and his Ryu has been consistently strong, and he's always coming up with a lot of new tech. In fact, at ESL Brooklyn Beatdown, he was displaying some tech that people deciphered after a while, some parry option selects.
Right. Yeah, still very strong, of course. So we're going to see Ryu versus Dalsum. Typically, historically, this is a matchup the Sim has been able to handle pretty well, but in this game, I just don't really think that's the case.
Yeah, it's like backwards now. He loses to the Shotos in this game.
Yeah, I think so too. So Ryu can sort of play the neutral game in some ways better than Dalsum can. His tools really can beat Sim. He can sweep in a way that hits a lot of Dalsum's buttons. He can throw fireballs from a pretty safe range, and it's a big bet for Sim to try to get a teleport in on that. You know, that's a very hard read.
Yeah, and I just feel like losing the horizontal fireball outside of the EX is changed this match completely.
Hugely different. Yeah, that's actually a punish on hit right there. Oh, this has got to be something. Well,
nothing, yeah. Just was a further than he was hoping to be.
Right.
To catch with that back medium kick, but okay, NothingMan not, doing pretty decent, but then
spent the bar. Yeah, you mentioned that horizontal fireball to try to control space, but unfortunately for him, Tokido had jumped at that exact moment. Nice call by Tokido. Now pressuring into the corner. Oh, probably a V reversal intended.
Okay, I liked him getting out of the corner right there.
Oh no, he wanted that fireball to save him, but it was too far. Look at this. Can he really hit confirm like that?
Ooh,
okay.
Interesting. He caught him with back medium kick into fireball instead of flame, but that time got the flame properly. And look at this. NothingMan with a slight life lead.
Anti-air. That could be punished. Oh, it could be punished better, Tokido.
Tokido
no anti-air. He's going to chip. Well, he's going to card break, I guess. But really nothing else mid-screen. Oh, no.
That was really interesting decision from Tokido there to go for that guard break critical art. I mean, was that sweep during the... I don't think you can do anything off of the guard break mid-screen. I'm pretty sure you can't. And so he was really just doing that for chip. That was a huge bet from Tokido.
If on purpose, assuming on purpose.
Right.
So now we see what you're talking about when it comes to... Oh, there, yeah, much better. When it comes to Ryu kind of controlling that mid-range, that ground game, he can do so because... among other reasons, that fireball is something he can throw at Sim, and Sim can't really do the same thing.
Oh, there it is. Now he's going to push him back into the fireball. That's what he wanted in the previous round. And look at this big life lead now that NothingMan has.
Oh, no. The timing on that was very unfortunate.
And Tokido's going to save it, yeah.
Tokido now has to move forward. He's got to find a moment.
But this is where Dalsum has the advantages when he has a bigger life lead and you're close to death.
Punishable. Again, you can just super it.
Yeah.
You don't have to do anything fancy about it. But Tokido, I feel like, has made some errors on both of those snipers. I'm surprised to not have seen him ready for that. And then I'm not sure that super was on purpose. I'm going to be honest.
Okay.
Maybe, but even if so, it was kind of an unusual choice.
Oh, that super was definitely on purpose, and he's going to start this round with a huge life lead. Oh, crush counter stand roundhouse out of the V skill. Nice throw tech. And now trying to let Tokido cook, but Tokido just jumped right over.
Tokido looking great. This corner is looking good for him, and just pressing buttons at the right time. For NothingMan, you have to escape the corner, and it's easy as Sim to get kind of antsy about it.
Yeah, but one of the reasons why
that don't work.
One of the reasons why I feel like Tokido maybe wasn't punishing some of those Yoga snipers is because they came at some odd times. Like, it wasn't going to kill, and so you don't see Dalsums use that very often in the middle of the match like that because they know they can be punished on hit.
Right.
So they usually say, oh my god, did Tokido really just uppercut a slide? That is some super turbo tactics right there. Man trying to continue this pressure. Oh, again, didn't quite push him into the fireball with the slide. And now Tokido trying to get in there with that fireball. You see how he threw the fireball, double dashed right behind it. Was able to get in and get NothingMan in the corner, waiting to see if NothingMan was going to air teleport. And then waited till the last second to uppercut him, and then just goes for the throw loops. There it is. Tokido is going to take the first round, and he is now at match point against NothingMan. NothingMan has been playing pretty well. I mean, I haven't seen any real particular flaws in his game plan.
Yeah, no, I like a lot of his choices. There has been some antsiness. You know, there have been some movement options that haven't been quite at the right time, but that's not necessarily his fault. Oh, I think that's a crouching strong, which should be safe.
Okay.
Yeah, knowing Tokido, he's going to be doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Nice on hit, so it works.
And I really like Tokido responding with the EX uppercut to keep himself invincible long enough to get through that super that was flying above his head.
See that jump timing right there? It was just as Sim was trying to press crouching fierce. Oh, yeah?
Not quite.
Lower overhead. What is it? Oh, the walk back first.
Yeah, it was lower overhead. He walked forward, and then NothingMan was like, oh, shoot, he's going for the throw mix-up.
Understandable.
And so he went for the throw tech, and unfortunately was taken out by Tokido's throw bait.
Right.
Yeah. And you know, that's that extra layer of mix-up. It's such a common mix-up situation is when they have no life left. It's the higher low. And so what usually happens then is that, you know, someone like Tokido, he took it to the next level. So you're like, oh, he's ready for the higher low, so I'm going to go for the throw instead, right? And so Tokido took it to the even further level than that. This is the round before that, so we'll see that in just a little bit. But here's the throw loop.
But this is important for establishing what ends up happening at the end of the next round.
Yeah.
Right. So very similar situation, and rather than going up for the grab multiple times, he got the hit and amazing confirm, and then feigned it, and understandably, NothingMan was looking for the grab again.
Right.
You totally get that mindset. It's just a really nice mix-up by Tokido there. He had established it and then brought it back.
Exactly. And so, like I said, it's just like people are thinking higher low, higher low. So then you add the extra layer on there, which is the throw. And so then Tokido took it even further because of what he had established in the first round, getting the throw loops in the corner. So beautiful stuff.
Yeah, no, I do think you're right that NothingMan did a lot of nice stuff. It's just that those timings from Tokido were very, very nicely placed, very well calculated. So when NothingMan thought, now it's time for me to start floating. Okay, that was exactly when Tokido jumped and got the jump. Or when he thought it was time for maybe a crouching fierce to try to control on the ground, exactly when Tokido jumped. And so Sim was too busy to try to anti-air, didn't have the recovery in time. It's that little kind of thing, even on top of some of the advantages of the character in that matchup, that it's the timing, it's the control of the pacing that Tokido is really strong at, has always been very strong at, and really made it work there.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes when you watch a match and you're trying to explain like, oh, why this person lost. A lot of the times, they're playing it right. They're doing the right things. They have the right game plan. The problem is just the other player that you're playing against is just really good at throwing things at you at those awkward timings. They have a read for your patterns, and so people ask, like, what do I do to get to that point? Well, you have to be very cognizant of what your opponent is thinking of trying to do. So if you have a good game plan and you're executing that game plan, sometimes you have to switch it up. Sometimes you have to really think about what your opponent is trying to read from you. And if you're playing against someone like Tokido, going for standard logical stuff is usually... It's weird because at a beginner level, you're trying to spend all your time to play as logical and as intelligently as possible. Then when you become really good, you have to start throwing away some of that logic, because the more logical you are, the easier you're to predict by the best players.
Right.
So it's really tough.
Sure, that makes sense. And if you are, having trouble concentrating while you're playing, maybe one thing to do is get a nice pair of headphones for yourself. You can do that at hyperx.gg/Capcom. Check out that stinger right there, the Cloud Stinger. Under $50.
And it has the tilt to mute right there. If you just rotate the microphone up, it mutes instantaneously for you. So cool stuff.
Very cool stuff. All right, well, let's go up to Josh, who's going to be with Alex Myers.
All right, thank you, gentlemen. I'm joined by one of the biggest storylines coming out of this tournament and one of the hottest rising stars in Street Fighter V, Alex Myers from Riverside, California. Recently, you had a top-level performance at Canada Cup. How significant was that victory, and did it really reinforce your efforts for this tournament?
It meant a lot to me because I had been grinding a lot, like all season. I've been traveling pretty hard since CEO, so to see like the fruits of my labor coming together, it meant a lot. To especially make top 8 winners at like Canada Cup, such a big event, it meant a lot. Yeah.
What type of preparation have you been doing recently that has allowed you to perform so well in these major tournaments and be one of the top contenders at this event?
Every time I go to an event, one of my good friends, he helps me a lot. He gives me a lot of good advice, and training a lot with Chris Tatarian. I go to his house like about once a week, and I try and go to WNF every week. And that's really what I think has been making me get better. And, of course, traveling.
Now, you are the current reigning champion of King of the Hill for ESL. You did defeat Chris earlier. Congratulations with that. So you already have a couple big victories under your belt. How significant is it for you to be one of the top 2 players at this event to qualify for the Capcom Pro Tour North American Finals tomorrow?
Oh, it'd mean the world to me. I really want to qualify. I'm going to do my best.
All right, Alex Myers from Riverside, California, fighting to make it into the North American Finals tomorrow for the Capcom Pro Tour. Best of luck to you, sir. We're going to see your matchup in just a little bit. Let's throw it back to the desk and get some more Street Fighter V action underway.
All right, thank you guys so much, man. We've seen some incredible stuff. How about that Tokido performance?
What can you say? It's one of the things that makes him the best. I really love the way he just sort of. The decisions were good on both sides, but I think he correctly assessed that the control of Dalsum, sort of that traditional control, it's basically a fraud, right? Like the secret is to disrespect Dalsum and go in, and eventually you're going to get paid out with the bigger damage combos. Tokido showed that in a huge way. So let's take a look.
Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, here we go. We have CJ Showstopper making his kind of presence felt here at Battlegrounds this weekend. His Mika has definitely improved.
And Mike, you're a big fan of his Mika. Tell me what you think makes this his game, and let's talk about that for a minute. Beautiful call out there by Serpent there, using the mixed timing of the dive kick to beat Mika's sort of ready anti-air with the crouching strong. But what is it in your opinion that makes CJ the man to watch with Mika that might make this his game?
I mean, one of the things is that he's, a true competitor at heart. He
no
loves,
doubt about that.
Yeah, he loves competition. We've seen him.
He tires himself out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like he plays so hard.
It's true. Yeah, he will go the distance until you quit. And he definitely applied that with Street Fighter V, practicing Mika. If you saw his Mika in the early days, it was definitely a beginning status, right? Nothing wrong with that. And he spent so much time in the lab, working with his boys at FGTV, and now he is definitely a threat. You cannot sleep on him. Until 801 Strider obviously took him out already.
Well, he knows a little something about Mika himself.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
Good to see Strider back in the scene and found his character here in 5 after a strong 4 performance with Abel grappling. Yeah, looking forward to see how he plays out.
Exactly. The nice shift. Oh, yeah, look at that. Strider doing some work. They're already making out to winners finals.
Winners finals, yeah. No surprises there, but great stuff to him. And he is a man who sort of struggled initially with the transition from 4 to 5 after finally having a great Abel towards the end of 4's run, finding character that really worked for him.
Yeah, we also got to see a little bit of some Ibuki action going on here from some of the local Seattle talent.
Exactly, K-pop versus Darren R, Seattle on Seattle.
Right.
Action and some really impressive little flourishes from both players. Nice standing medium into the V-trigger there with the full punish. That's textbook right there. Very clean.
I don't know if I'm speaking for you on this, but I'm still I really want to see some Ibukis do some work and just terrorize a tournament. I'm waiting for that. And K-pop had some good stuff, but Darren, it's almost like I think I know everything you want to do.
And Darren basically played it down the middle. I was impressed to see him not get right there. He just called it out. It's like you got a strong 50-50 off this V trigger. I'm going to hold it. I'm just going to play the 50-50. I think you're going to go behind because you want to be tricky.
Yeah.
So it's a nice read, and that's the challenge of Ibuki is with so little life, she just struggles. She has to play those footsies games. That was the big comeback that finally put K-pop in there. Unfortunately, in that sequence, right before that, he had landed the cross-up that he was looking for. So K-pop came up on the right side of the 50-50, but dropped the combo. Darren R able to take him out. Moving on in the Seattle.
Yeah, we
well,
can see
it's
there,
not a Seattle division,
right?
But as a sort of carrying the flag for Seattle on forward on the field.
I'm definitely curious to see what Darren has in store moving up with that Ryu, because he looked pretty solid in that matchup.
Very much so, and I've been impressed with the sort of caliber of local play we've seen all day today. So shout outs to the Seattle competitors that are out making this happen, making all these international and nationwide competitors sort of work to try and claim the crown here today in the last chance qualifier.
And now we have Tokido here versus NothingMan. Definitely, you know, shout outs to NothingMan. He's been a long-time competitor as well. El Fuerte back in Street Fighter 4 in the earliest days.
Correct. Oh, no, this is a sequence you particularly love.
Yes.
Willing to burn that meter, as you said. Talk us through that last sequence.
You know, like he was already at the V trigger. He had his full meter stocked. He used the super, but knowing that it wouldn't finish the job, but it was going to break his guard, going in straight for the sweep right after, so he can keep applying the pressure. You know, he said, I'll use all my resources. It doesn't matter. I just want to make sure I put the fear in you that I will do it.
And absolutely, that's right. And I think holding on the meter, as we've established, is generally a bad idea in this game. It's a nice little bonus if you can get it, but the win is,
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Let them hate it. If you got it, just, you know, spend it all.
Absolutely. And again, just sort of, well, let's call out also Tokido's shirt tech here briefly.
Oh,
now, this is a cool new Japanese style. A lot of you guys at home rolling up the shirt sleeves. This is a shirt that looks like it's cut right to where you'd roll it up. It's cool stuff. But the match play here, again, he's got him in the blender, and Tokido established things. We noticed him actually open with the jab uppercut really in early one of the rounds. There was no way that was going to pay off. We knew that wasn't going to do a lot of damage. Tokido knew that, but he did hit NothingMan, and it's just that kind of call-out. Beautiful EX uppercut there.
He wasn't even
through
phased.
the super.
He said, no, this is definitely not going to work. I got this EX DP on lock. And, of course, they're not going for the overhead like most people would expect. Nope.
Shimmies him right there. Close it out. And Tokido just looking super strong. The move of the match is the dash forward there, which is just a thing you shouldn't really be able to do against Dhalsim in the traditional sense as you imagine it, but Dhalsim's pressure seems like a thing at a distance, but I think strong players know where to disrespect that and go in and find their bigger damage.
Yeah, also, again, Tokido definitely one of the powerhouses, you know, one of the people favored to kind of to take this bracket here.
And it looks like he's not lost a game
all
day so far, so marching forward.
Exactly. Let us know what you guys think so far of some of the matches you've seen. Let us know which some of your favorites have been. Make sure you guys follow, again, Red Bull Esports on Twitter and Capcom Fighters as well. And don't forget, we're using hashtag Red Bull Battlegrounds all weekend to stay up to date for all the information. And now we're going to go back to James and David.
All right, one of the greatest things, you know, when you analyze these matches, you start learning about, you know, some tech that you probably didn't notice the first time when you're watching through. That Tokido shirt tech was amazing. I love that analysis from Mr. Seth Killian. So.
Only the deep stuff from Seth.
Exactly. So, all right. And we're back with some more matches, and right away we're going to jump right into it. And you can see one of our competitors from China, Panda Jiewa, and he's going to be going up against Riel. And it looks like Riel's going to be using our Mika. Of course, Jiewa used Ken a lot in Street Fighter 4, continuing to do so here in Street Fighter 5. Jiewa, actually one of the first China players to make it out to EVO to compete.
That's true. He's been doing it for a while.
Yeah. Oh, he had the throw bait, but he didn't get anything off of it.
Yeah, a little shaky start there for, I think, both players. Wow, that was really nice.
And throws it right into the corner, and there we go.
No anti-air.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, like I said, I'm seeing, I think, some shaky play from both, but Rio's in a great position for himself right now. He can keep harassing. Yes, still in there. EX, a lot of damage, a lot of stun. And the low. Oh, no! Jiewa gets the grab just like that, blowing it up for Rio. But now Jiewa can make this whole comeback.
And look how much damage that was off of that one hit. Oh, but, you know, I think that was supposed to be a back medium punch instead of far medium punch, maybe. But regardless, Jiewa's going to take it with a cross-up air hurricane.
It all worked out for him.
Yeah. Yeah, it might be nerves, might just be, you know, first round jitters or something. Actually, no, this is probably a lot further past in the first round.
Right, yeah, I would think so. Oh, nice. He's seen that Jiewa was trying to press buttons after the last crouching fears. This time catches Jiewa with the strong. Looking for the confirm. Look at this range that Real's backed off to. It's not the normal pressure spot. It's a much more cautious spot.
Yeah,
it was there for the anti-air, I feel, but nevertheless, Jiewa got out.
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing about that distance that he was standing, that's what a lot of players are starting to do. They're starting to do more of that caging style, especially against characters like Nash. But unfortunately, like you said, looked like he was trying to prevent the jump out.
That crouching fierce. No, Nadeshko.
Oh,
great call.
There we go.
Great call. Now,
things
the roundhouse.
can go, yeah.
We're going for the corner. Now, there's going to be a mix-up.
Oh, he uses the wake up Tatsu. Now, a lot of people are like, why wouldn't you just wake up DP, right? So, wake up Tatsu into V-trigger is much safer than uppercut.
Advantage on block considerably.
So, unlike the uppercut in a V-trigger, but then they're like, but the invincibility. But look, Tatsu is 3 frames.
It's tied for the fastest set of moves in the game.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically the exact same thing as Nakali stand light punch, wake up into V-trigger. That's basically Ken's version of it, and it paid off for Jiewa, and he's going to take that round. He's going to take that first game.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no. Jiewa actually was pressing a button there. He's jabbed one of them. I wonder if that's what he was going for again.
Okay, gets the throw bait and gets some damage. Sets himself up for the perfect midi and then does like a double throw bait.
Okay, well, let's see if there's going to be a recovery out of Real. I do like some of the things that we've seen out of him. But right now, it's Jiewa. Okay, just as I said, big chance.
And he's going to throw him right back into the corner. Mix-up time. Goes for the command throw.
He's another mix-up away from taking this potentially. No, he's going to need something else now.
Oh, and that was... Oh, dude, that was like the double mix-up.
Right.
But not going to quite kill yet. Needs one more thing, and that's fun.
Okay, you're right. It was punishable.
And
but Real blocked, and you know Jiewa knows that it's punishable.
Yeah,
and so what you try is Dragon Punch, just in case the opponent messes up the timing. It just didn't go out as Jiewa wanted. It worked out for Real to fix the round, and that was already moving Jiewa into the corner.
Okay, good bait, and yeah, good punish, and even starts it with a crouching heavy punch to get as much damage as possible.
Yes, he's seen how Jiewa wants to deal with that charge round, so he's not always charging. I like it a lot. Moving forward.
Oh, well, tried to bait it out, but was just a little too close. Wow, risky slide.
Those slides have been paying off, though. You know, he's been getting some nice situations for himself because of that. The jab afterward.
Good patience from Jiewa, just blocking, but not enough. There it goes. He's going to activate Nadeshko, go for the mix-up. Oh, he just went for
why not, I suppose.
uppercut.
I mean, if you're Ken and you have a Dragon Punch FADC, then, you know, the risk there, as you said, Dragon Punch into V-Trigger cancel, that's not safe. But he did see Real not punish it the first time, so the risk of going for that is maybe less than it otherwise could have been. Not that it's great, regardless. Not that it's a very high risk regardless, but there was a risk there.
Yeah, and it's a perfect situation here. So we're going to see him activate Nadeshko, right? So Jiewa knows that Real thinks that this is his opportunity to go in for the mix-up and get some damage. You know, with that kind of mindset, it's very unlikely that Jiewa was actually, that Real was going to activate Nadeshko, dash up, and block. You know what I mean? It's like, here, I've activated Nadeshko. Here's all my resources. If I land this one combo, I can probably win. And Jiewa read that moment really well and got the uppercut instead.
Right, and in fact, even if he had blocked and maybe like Nadeshko comes down and hits Ken out of the recovery, that's actually better for Jiewa than if he was comboed like normally, right? So, I don't know. I like the idea of going for the mix-up in a situation like that, but maybe not the right call at the right time.
Yeah. But so Jiewa's going to advance forward in his pool. And coming up next, again, you can follow along on the pools in Smash.gg. And this is going to be, I believe, A13, it looks like here. And it is going to be the man that we spoke to earlier, that Josh Gray spoke to earlier. It is going to be Alex Myers. And he is going to be going up against Nico.
That's right. That's right. They're, of course, trying to qualify for the Capcom Cup, which will be, you know, at the beginning of next month. This whole year has been about the Capcom Pro Tour, and you can follow them on the social media at Capcom Fighters on Twitter and Facebook, and Capcom Fighters TV on YouTube. Capcom Pro Tour is the site.
Once again, this is the Capcom Pro Tour presented to you by Sony PlayStation 4, and we have Alex Myers coming up. Now, you know, one of the things that Josh was talking to him about was just recently how much Alex Myers seems to have grown as a player and how much stronger he is.
Right.
this is not even just like, you know, some people could be saying like, oh, well, Cammy's a good character, so obviously, you know, he's going to... I even see a growth within Street Fighter V.
Oh, absolutely agree.
When Alex Myers first started playing Street Fighter V, he was using Cammy for a very long time, and I remember watching it and think, you know, there was obviously the Xiaohai, Kazunoko, and Punko contingent, right? They were like the best ones. And I watched early Alex Myers Cammy, and I was like, okay, you know, it's functional, it works, functional. It works, you know. But recently, like, you can see a change in the mind games that he's playing, in the reactions that he has. He just looks so sharp right now with Cammy. And it's one of those situations where I feel like, you know, he talked about that he's been practicing a lot. He's been practicing with Chris Tatarian. He's been practicing with NuckleDu.
Right.
And really what it feels like to me is just the familiarity with situations. He really is just getting to a point where every situation that he's in, he recognizes it and is able to react to it appropriately. And that's actually where one of the biggest strengths comes from. A lot of the top players are just players who have played so many games like Daigo that, you know, you just don't run into a situation where you're thrown for a loop anymore.
Yeah, that is a big part of it. A big part of any strategic game is having a grasp on what the potential choices are before you go into it.
Right.
You know, and you are already going to have responses, or at least some set of responses to anything that comes up. You want to put yourself in the best situation, of course, but sometimes things are going to happen that you don't expect, and you have to be able to respond. You know, you have to have ideas in advance. That is something that he's gotten a lot better at.
And he's going to be going up against, as we mentioned, Rico. You can see there on the right. Not sure which character that he's going to be going with.
Well, it would definitely be big for Alex if he could make it through a bracket like this, considering the kind of players we have here. But, you know, he, like we've been saying, has been doing great. Just last week, he defeated Nuki, a very top-level Japanese player. So the jump from that to Tokido or Daigo is not large.
Yeah, and he was one of only 2 American players to make that top 8. The other American player won the tournament.
Right,
so, you know... pretty impressive performance. Probably Alex Myers' strongest performance to date.
Oh, I'm sure, yeah. So Aaron Alex Myers against Rico Rashid.
All right, so great start now for Alex Myers. And there you see right there, that's meaty standing light kick from Cammy, which has really taken her game plan to another level as well. And which is why, one of the reasons why I feel like Cammy has just slowly been rising in the tier charts in my mind. I know some people, like when the game first came out, Ricky was like, this character's top 3 free.
Yeah.
And I was like, you're crazy, Ricky. And then, well, she was right, so.
Rico is mixing up the timings on which whirlwind comes out after that crouching fierce. That's really good to see. So Alex is not taking the bait on when to press buttons through that. You can do stuff through the roundhouse, but you need invincibility to get through the others.
You saw right there Alex Myers going for the stand light kick into throw, and that is empty jumps, and then the regular throw, yeah. But that stand light kick into throw is why that stand light kick works so well. Because if you do standing medium punch, which is her de facto go-to meaty button, it pushes you out of throw range. But standing light kick does not. It leads to the crouching light kick follow-up that stops jumps and buttons, and leads to all the same mix-ups that meaty standing medium punch does.
The reactions right there. I love the spacing from Alex Myers to put himself in a situation where that could come up. You see him doing it again, backing off to a range where if there's a whiff like that, he can take advantage of it. If Nico jumps in, he can take advantage of it. I love Alex's positioning right now.
And I do love that Nico's not canceling crouch fierce into the tornado, because, you know, there is that anti-Rashid option select that you can get through with an EX drill, for example, very easily, but doesn't matter. Alex Myers was able to take advantage of plenty of other things, and he's going to get the combo in a critical art and take game number 1.
So because this is winners finals of their pool, he is 1 game away now from qualifying out of the pool.
Ooh, nice. Okay. Yeah, again, just his strength recently. Former SoCal player?
Whatever.
Definitely wants to represent SoCal, but has gotten a lot of practice with all sorts of players. And here we go, Rico getting the throw into the corner. So, and again, this is that kind of spacing that I like from Rashid now, this kind of caging position.
Yeah, that's a great spot. It only works if you anti-air, though. That's the intention of that spot, is to be at a spot where you can harass on the ground and come in very quickly for a grab or an overhead or something like that. But at the same time, you're there for the anti-air. he didn't do it, unfortunately, last time.
And there's one of Cammy's strengths right there. That V reversal getting you right out of the corner. But guess what? So can Rashid.
That's right.
All right, so Rashid back now out of the corner. Ooh, okay. Spinning mixer right under the jump. Looks like just to avoid any sort of jump attacks and without needing the anti-air.
Nice. No, the drop Nico Rico. I like that series, that ground game. Moving forward, it was all good for him, but unfortunately for him, the hit was not confirmed into more, and that means that Alex had a chance, which he took advantage of.
Yep, and now he's at match point. He's 1 round away from taking this. And yeah, also if you do ever, I mean, it's a tough situation off of the hooligan, right? If you stand up to block the dive kick, maybe they go for the throw.
Yeah, it's probably not going to happen, but you never know. But if very close to stun, anything's going to do it right now. Nico, oh, there it is. He had to wait for something to come. Very smartly, he did. Oh, no!
But I feel like the tornado almost ruined the timing on that combo. Oh, just to get out. Oh, no, that wasn't to get out of the corner.
Yeah.
He just went for it.
I'm really surprised, I have to tell you.
I very rarely
Look
seen
at
that.
this.
Yeah.
Nico Rico is going to be close to sealing it. He's going to have a setup afterward. No, no! And now Alex Myers is going to take it after all. Alex takes it. He qualifies in winner's side out of his pool. Nico Rico is going to have to do it through losers. Yeah, you can see it. You can see it.
Oh, man. Yeah.
It's too bad.
But great job.
He did have
Nico.
an EX.
Yeah, but great job to him, though. He played that really well. And like I said, I like that distance that he had in the corner there.
Yeah, agreed.
You know, because look, Rashid's crouching fierce, super, super good button.
Oh, yeah.
And so you can kind of fish for damage with that button at that range. He has a great run so that he can trap you in the corner easily.
Let's take another look at this. There's that fierce. And then he got the stun and this, you know, situation afterward, right? So just built an EX, didn't have it before the combo, I suppose. But unfortunately for him, trying to come in afterward, that eagle kick doesn't give you the best positioning afterward. He walked up for the grab. You know, maybe he had thought that he had established something like the crouching fierce being the main sort of tool at that range, and if that's the case, then it would have crushed what Alex woke up with.
Yeah, I'm not even
Alex
sure.
Had the mix-up.
I'm not even sure he was going for the throw because if you notice, he was counter hit. Or I guess you can get.
He was
counter
trying
hit.
something.
Yeah, he got counter hit from the wake up low jab, which is 3 frames.
Right.
And so that combos into fierce and then V trigger and all that such, and yeah, he pretty much got taken out. So. But again, I hope you guys at home right now are enjoying this action. Of course, you are watching this on Twitch TV, the leading platform for streaming all sorts of things, not even just gaming. There's music channels, there's creative channels as well, there's even poker channels as well. But, you know, pretty much if there's a game that you want to watch, someone's probably playing it, and it's going to be on Twitch. So it's very easy to search for different games that you want to watch, different channels, and just so much stuff going on. Of course, if you're enjoying what you're watching, then you can also subscribe to Twitch Prime as well for a bunch of extra benefits. And to also support some of your favorite streamers as well.
I'm with that. So the next one that's going to be coming up is 801 Strider versus Cosma. This is winners finals of their pool. We saw in the pool that we had seen earlier when Mikey and Seth were talking that 801 Strider beat CJ Showstopper earlier in the pool, but now this is at the end of the pool. He's trying to qualify. So, though, is AKG Cosma, another player here from Alaska. They have showed up in force.
Dude, that's so cool. Shout-outs. I mean, if you guys are in the audience right now and can hear us, shout-outs to that Alaska gaming crew. That's really, really awesome. Glad that they're all out here and competing at this event. So, once again, lots of great scenes from all different locations, including Alaska. But he's going to be going up against someone who's maybe accustomed to the cold weather. Winter Fox.
Ooh, okay.
801 Strider.
All right.
And 801 Strider started Street Fighter V career with Kane. Didn't work out. I did not like that pick for him. He has switched to Mika. I love this pick for him.
Yeah, I think this pick is good. He played Abel mostly because he likes to play footsies, and so the idea of Mika to me at first didn't make as much sense, but having understood better how the character can play in the mid-range, I think that the choice is nice. Going for a command grab is kind of a last chance, or sort of like last option for both of these characters. They would much rather hit you than do the command grab.
But see, that's where I do feel like the choice is good, because
I think it makes sense ultimately.
Abel was kind of like that as well. You know, the command throw wasn't the main threat.
Right, for sure, for sure.
All right. Well, look at this. Cosmo here with a good lead, just a tiny bit of life. Oh, no! Just got caught. Just one towards medium punch.
Yeah,
Cosmo
that's the
stuck
risk.
out a button, and Strider was able to confirm it.
That's always the risk there. Okay, dashes forward, and now he's going to have corner control. Very patient play by Cosmo.
But you know what? Strider's anti-airs has been, been on point. He's had the crouching medium
It's so
punch.
unlucky that that stand short hit like that command grab afterward didn't work as a result of it. No anti-air this time. We've seen it out of Cosmo before.
Nice confirm off.
Oh, but gotta be
it's
big.
a little too far. Maybe
Gotta
he went
be
for
big.
the kick one. Oh, see, there's the smart. Sometimes people don't try to quick rise because they think the combo is going to still go.
Very,
But,
very close situation in a lot of that.
Yeah, but good awareness for Gustavo, a.k.a. 801 Strider, to have that quick rise ready to go off of that Laura mix-up. Because like I said, sometimes you expect Laura's going to juggle you a little bit more, so you're not hitting the buttons because you don't think you're about to land on the ground, and that's what sets Laura up for that meaty fireball mix-up,
Right.
which we have seen her do so many times to start comebacks, but good job. And look at this. 3 command throws. Oh, and then he switches to the towards heavy. Oh, and he tried to go for the punch command throw to send Cosmo back into the corner. It was a hit, so I think the hit stun was a little bit longer. Doesn't matter. 801 Strider gets the combo afterwards, and now just a tiny bit of life. And as I said, Gustavo's been on point with his anti-airs.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a big part of just making sure that as Mika you can continue going forward. The opponent, if you prevent them from jumping in on you, they're caught in front of you. That's what the game is for Mika. You can see it right now for 801 Strider.
Oh, the crush counter right into the stun. It's going to be big damage. Oops. Just a little bit of a drop, but...
Oh, yeah? Oh, there it is. Okay, that's going to do it. Winner Fox 801 Strider takes it, and he qualifies in winner's side.
Yeah.
Moving on.
It's interesting because 801 Strider going into ESL's Brooklyn Beatdown was not one of the favorite players.
Right,
Remember,
yeah.
he was, like I said, he had been kind of struggling with the game a little bit. But then, all of a sudden, here we go. See, right here.
This was big. There could have been a better situation after this.
So right here, yeah, he didn't go for the juggle, and so that was smart for Gustavo to have the reaction to do the quick rise and avoid that whole mix-up situation.
Absolutely. Typically, you want a quick rise against Laura. It's oftentimes to your detriment if you don't.
Yeah, but just a lot of times, players aren't thinking about it. Because we've seen drop combos and no one quick rises off of it. It's just because they were expecting the combo to hit, But again, going into Brooklyn Beatdown, Gustavo was not one of the favorites in that event in his pool as well. There was a whole bunch of other players in his pool that everyone was like, oh, this guy's probably going to make it out.
Yeah.
But Gustavo was the one who made it out of there. He took out a lot of strong competitors in his pool there. So
in Street Fighter 4, which is where he really burst onto the scene, he did it, not sort of just like a natural talent who burst on from nowhere. He put in a lot of work. I remember playing with the guy online quite a bit, and he was playing much more than I was. I mean, he was really grinding, and he was really studying it up, and he had some friends in his local area that really helped, and he traveled a lot. And by the end of Street Fighter 4, he was certainly one of the best players in North America. But it was a process for him, and I'm not surprised that it's taken a little bit of time for him to do that in 5. I definitely think that he's getting there.
I still remember one of the first Street Fighter 4 tournaments we ever commentated, which took place down in Orange County, thrown by the Level Up crew. And, Gustavo was there. Him and iPeru had been traveling the whole entire time. And, I remember at that time, I felt like iPeru was the stronger player from Utah, but towards the later end of Street Fighter 4, I really felt like Gustavo got to the point where he was the stronger player, and he was actually starting to perform really well, made it into Capcom Cup last year as well, came the closest to beating the eventual champion, Kazunoko. And again, just I love his story because he put in the work, he put in the effort. A lot of people always say, like, oh, you have to be naturally good at Street Fighter in order to get to that level, and Gustavo is a story of just how much the effort and the studying and the practice, especially with 2 people, was able to accomplish that.
So Fawaz and Kane are the next ones up. Fawaz is a local guy who lives in the area. He has been playing Street Fighter 5 since the very start. In fact, I remember him coming down to E3 in LA for to play this game in 2015. Yeah, I remember he was one of the guys we were playing with at the time. So he has really been in on it.
All right, well,
Playing Ryu.
starting off pretty well here. Kane going with Karen. Okay, trying to anti-air with that standing fierce, and it was a trade, so definitely a worth it trade for Karen. Oh, that towards heavy punch almost got him.
Oh no! Well, that could have been bigger from Fawaz. Kane just jumping back, still a very dangerous player.
You see him throw that EX fireball right when he read that Kane was going to go on offense.
It was really nice. I like the timing of that. Oh, a couple of chances. Okay, there it is.
And that looked like it was going to be a cross-up light kick. I certainly would have walked into that. So Fawaz is going to take that first round. All right. Oh, nice. Just got clipped by the air tatsu and then trying to anti-air with the stand light punch. Didn't work.
Oh, no!
Yeah. Oh, but that's got to be a big punish. Yeah. That's
I love it. This is a good punish. Side switch even? Yeah, very nicely done. Very smart choice.
I'm really surprised Fawaz did a crouching heavy kick from that close range. Did he think he had the V-trigger all ready to go?
Oh, I wonder, yeah. Was he looking at the wrong side or something?
Oh, yeah, that could be
I don't
it.
know.
I mean, unfortunately for him, that cost him right there, and Kane's going to take that round. So big mistake from Fawaz. A good anti-air from Fawaz, gets the uppercut. Oh, but that jumping light kick, and then he drops the combo. So again, big opportunity, goes for the reset.
Very clever. This is what he was looking for before. Look at that damage, the stun, the corner carry.
And that, oh no, not quite there, and an uppercut into, that's a risk. He didn't have the V-trigger activated, so that wasn't going to be safe if it was blocked.
Yeah.
But here comes Fawaz now. Just a tiny, oh.
That timing on the jump was perfect. He was worried about the Dragon Punch for sure.
Okay, here we go.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, he's going to go for the throw. Great reaction from Kane. Beautiful stuff. Saw the V-trigger, I'm sorry, the V-reversal, and was able to punish it with the throw. Great reaction. And Fawaz, yeah, a couple of big mistakes cost him that second round and a little bit on that third round as well.
Round one. Fight.
So Kane looking good, making a lot of nice choices. Great timing on the dash forward. Maybe the solution for Fawaz, maybe in his mind, is to press more.
Oh, that could have been such a huge punish off of that crouching roundhouse. It was a pretty decently close range. Close to stun.
Yeah, this offense is great right now.
Yeah, Fawaz definitely is.
Oh, dancing even. He looks much better, more mobile. He is pressing more. He's getting the damage more. He's not letting Kane's Karen in.
And Kane is definitely relying a lot on that standing light punch anti-air, which I just feel like is something that...
there you go. Maybe that was his thought. I'm doing this too often. Let's bring the EX out.
Because it's dangerous, especially against like a jumping light kick from Ryu. Ooh.
There's that pressure again. I like it from Kane. He saw that he lost that last round because Fawaz was pressuring, so just blow it up. The reversal. Fawaz again pressuring, but here's the interrupt from Kane. Some of those defensive choices, I think, are looking really strong.
It's really interesting. You don't see a lot of Karens going with the EX Majin-Kak juggle at the end like that, but I like it because, I mean, you don't get as much pressure, but the corner carry is nice.
Right.
Oh, here we go. Gets the throw. Another throw. Throw loops. Oh, no. Wake up.
Yeah?
Yeah. I like that wake-up crouching medium kick. That's how you blow up shimmies.
Oh, sure, yeah. Just spacing. Oh, great work. I love where he stood as he walked up. Kane stood up. You know, he walked forward, stood, and then there was the overhead. The timing on that was perfect. So match point now for him.
All right, good anti-airs from Fawaz.
Didn't have EX, unfortunately for him. Couldn't have made it better. Now, Fawaz, you see, he's backing off a lot. He's playing a lot of defensive range play. When he won the round at the beginning of this game, it was very different. It was moving forward. It was, you know, getting the mix-ups up close. It wasn't him playing this this mid-range game because that's a strength of Karen. She can get through.
Oh, that's got to be a big punish again. An unsafe sweep from Fawaz.
And now one more mix-up, depending on what it is. It can do it for Kane. He can take it.
A nice throw, jump back throw, OS tech.
Oh, no!
Oh, but nothing off of that either. Goes for the neutral jump. Yeah, Fawaz, you can tell he's scared. He knows one touch is going to take it.
Right, I think so too.
Okay, okay. Ooh.
Too early, and you got to watch about.
Oh,
Karen got it.
There it is. And Kane is going to advance forward in this pool. I believe that was winners finals for their pool.
I believe you're right.
Okay. So there you go. Fawaz is going to be sent to losers bracket. He's going to be waiting for the player that makes it out of losers bracket.
Well, let's take another look at that. That was an interesting match. You could really see the difference in style out of Fawaz, and I don't think that was really to his advantage. He did find a good one for him, but other than that, he was really hot. This was a great choice.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it was just a good read. He made the same read later in the match.
Yeah, what I didn't like about that, though, is that right before he got that V reversal thrown, you saw Kane fishing for standing roundhouse. You had to know exactly what he was going for, which was standing roundhouse into V trigger cancel. So you probably would have been better off waiting until the activation and then doing the V reversal, you know, try to catch him off guard a little bit. But I think he just did it a little too early, and that allowed Kane to have that, you know, preview on the
Right.
activation freeze.
Yeah, no, a lot of nice choices out of Kane. That's for sure. Like I said, Fawaz, I really wish that we had seen more of that attacking style. I really feel like that was what worked out, especially considering how, you know, Kane was playing. Kane liked to have control of that mid-range. Kane liked to move forward, right? But if, as Fawaz's Ryu, you are the one doing the moving forward, you know, you're not even giving her that footsie range at all. You're just making the mix-ups happen, and that was success for him. So, nice work. Check out Vertigear, which you can do at Vertigear on Twitter. Also, for Gamer Gear, check that out. Enter promo code NACPT to save 10%. That's only valid this weekend. You know what? One of those would sure be nice right about now, Jimmy.
I agree. I think I'm spoiled now.
I know, right?
Sitting on those, so, you know, don't have them right now, but, you know.
Just imagine it. Just imagine you're reclining in a sweet Vertigear.
You just gotta live with it sometimes, you know. You just gotta live.
The things we put up with,
I
man,
know,
I tell
man.
you.
We don't get our lumbar support. What is the deal here?
I don't know.
But again, you're watching the Last Chance qualifiers here at Red Bull Battlegrounds, coming to you live from Seattle. Beautiful Seattle up here, and no surprise, nice, clean, rainy weather here right now. I mean, every time it rains in Los Angeles, you like never know where that water's been. So like Seattle, definitely a lot nicer here.
It probably hasn't been local. I can tell you that, because we don't have too many of that. You know what something else is that doesn't come around so often is a win for a North American player in a Capcom Premier event.
Yes.
The last one to do it most recently was Liquid Knuckle Dew. But before that, it was this man on your screen, Red Bull's Snake Eyes, who won TFC back in 2014.
That's right.
Wow, things that have happened since then. 32 premier events were held. That old guy, David Letterman, he left. 119 CPT events? Wow. Oh, of course. One of the most important things to bring up in the last 2 years. The thing about that dress. When everybody went crazy for some reason and thought that it wasn't gold and white. I don't know.
Spoiler alerts at the bottom down there. Some people don't know that Flo's tournament career has ended. I mean, seriously. All right.
Making some real pronouncements there. Some breaking news here on the Capcom Fighters stream.
That's right. But again, you saw Snake Eyes coming up there ready to play. He is going to be going up against another very, very strong player. We saw some R-Mika earlier. This is Fubar Duck. He was another one of... Look, a lot of the Mika players that have been playing, such as Fudo, such as Fubar Duck, you're just like, that's an interesting character choice.
Well, I don't know that I want to say Fubar Duck is a very footsie-heavy player. He tends to pick characters that he thinks are strong. But oftentimes that has been footsie type characters. I'm thinking about Third Strike Chun-Li, you know, and even in SF4 when he picked up Ibuki, he played a very strong ground game with the character. But he really likes the tech aspect to it. He really likes the pressure aspect to it, and he is still, you know, he's got a great character for all of that stuff. I spoke with him after Knuckle Dew won Canada Cup, and he said that he learned some really important lessons from watching Knuckle Dew play that he was really excited to try out this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, the interesting thing too is I remember talking to Fubar Duck at we're watching Fubar Duck at DreamHack Austin. You know, it was one of those situations for the time. You know, everyone thought that you know, Mika was this crazy 50-50 vortex-y kind of character.
Yeah.
But then when we saw Fubar Duck at DreamHack Austin, he was playing he was one of the early proponents of the really solid neutral Mika. And it turned out that that's actually the better way to play her.
I think so too. I really do.
You take advantage of that neutral and then apply that 50-50, right? Whereas someone like Marn is just like go in, go nuts. Right?
You know what? You know what's funny about Marn is that he doesn't play very often in majors anymore. But like the one that he's been to in this back half of the year, top 8.
Yeah, I know,
so,
right?
Like there's like all the rules, and then Marn is like external to that.
Yeah,
so I agree that I think it's better to play the splitsies game, but the Marn story is
Marn is Marn. Marn is Marn.
There's nothing to be done about that. So this is one of the biggest ones that we're going to have, I feel, in Winners Finals. This is a huge matchup between two excellent, long-time players.
And a great start right now for Fubar Duck. Already has Snake Eyes in the corner.
So we're seeing why
stun.
I mentioned earlier that I believe that Mika is better on offense than Zangief is, and this is really a big part of it. There's no reason for her not to press a button.
Yep.
Right. So the only reason not to is if she believes that maybe she has done it too often and she wants a grab, right? But that's it. As Geef, you're in trouble there. Mika doesn't really have good, offense or wake up stuff either, but she does have at least a 3-frame option. She does have different kinds of tools like that, and certainly more mobility. Very nice.
And and the number one way you're going to lose to Zangief is if you play against Zangief like he's from Street Fighter 4.
Oh, yeah, don't do that.
You play this like keep away game, like let me zone with this one
Perfect
button.
choice, right? So Fubar Duck understands it. Oh! No crush. Can Snake Eyes keep him, he's already seen Fubar Duck dash up. I think Snake Eyes is probably not going to get caught off guard by that too often. That might have been the one chance for Fubar Duck. Nice job by Snake Eyes to recognize what was going on at the end there.
Yeah, Snake Eyes is very much a reaction kind of player, so see,
exactly,
there you go.
Right. So this is probably not going to work out too often. Already we've seen forward medium kick into power driver 2 or 3 times. There's got to be a recognition of that by Fubar Duck.
But that's a jab power driver, so yeah, that's why he just moves close with that towards medium kick. I mean, like, Stupendous dashes in a lot. He knows he's negative, he's safe, and so that's why he'll go for dash up V skill and such. Wonder if Snake Eyes is ever going to bring that out.
Ooh, no anti-air. We're really seeing Ryan look at the ground game too much right now. He's not looking at the anti-air. It's a great read by Snake Eyes on exactly that. Wow. Not a punish. Not a punish. He just thought it was the right call, and he was right.
It was so smart because Fubar Duck was like, here comes Nadeshko. She's going to save me, and this is going to start my pressure. And he's not going to touch a button because he's scared of Nadeshko, because if he hits me, he's going to get caught. But then Snake Eyes was like, nope, I'm just going to activate my critical art, and shows that Zangief right there, proving himself to be stronger than the tag team. Able to take out Mika.
The first round that we saw from Fubar Duck was exactly how he wants this to go, and since then Snake Eyes has made the adaptations. And Fubar Duck hasn't really made those counter adaptations that need to come. Look at this consistent movement forward. Oh, wow, the reaction. Misplaced by Fubar Duck, and he is at...
Close to stun, yeah, he's just going to go for a crouch light kick, and then... Lady, you are going for a ride. Nice spinning pile driver to end that round, and now at match point for Snake Eyes.
She can't interrupt that with forward strong. It just gets right through. So now Fubar Duck has the corner, the backdash. Interesting choice.
And off of the EX is going to get some pressure. Oh, that was interesting. Early jump fierce, I think that was. Okay, again, got a quick rise. You see, right there, that was a perfect example we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, somebody like Fubar Duck is going to know that and take advantage of that for sure.
Quick
interrupted, but then unfortunately for Fubar Duck, that short hit, that's not what he wanted.
Yeah, he did the throw timing off of block timing.
Right.
Block stun, of course, shorter than hit stun. Oh, that dash up SPD.
Snake Eyes' reactions were a big part of that, and we didn't see those same reactions out of Fubar Duck. When there were forward medium kicks into SPDs, he didn't get the jump in time. When there was a jump in from Snake Eyes, he didn't get the anti-air in time. Right there, he didn't see the dash in time. It's not easy to do, but those are the things you have to do.
Yeah, I just would have loved to have seen, the chat right there. I know when Snake Eyes lost that first round, they were probably like, oh, Snake Eyes free, Snake Eyes free. And then he took 4 rounds in a row, just like that, to take it over Fubar Duck. You see that critical art against the Nadeshko call. Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, it's quite a read. And then goes right up into it. After blocking that, or even after getting hit by that V-reversal mid-screen, Geef doesn't really have options. Opponents can kind of just backdash. But, you know, we didn't see that. And, you know, I like a lot of what Ryan does in his gameplay. I think he's a very strong player. But there was that reaction side of things, like I said, where Snake Eyes caught on quickly and then used those reactions.
Yes.
And we didn't really see that same kind of thing out of Fubar.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, just from those final 4 rounds, Snake Eyes looked really good. And, of course, you can look really good as well, as long as you purchase yourself some Capcom Pro Tour official t-shirts from the Amazon.com/Capcom Pro Tour online store. Get the new Resurrection tee, the Nash t-shirt there. Really sick design. And of course, the other recent shirt that they released was the Heart of the Battle Ryu shirt that you see in the top right over there. The gray variant of the Fruiting Kazan shirt, and of course, they have the classic blue Capcom Pro Tour shirts, the official Capcom Pro Tour shirts that you can purchase at Amazon.com/Capcom Pro Tour.